Okay, so we got the official release of chapter 156 of Chainsaw Man, and yeah guys, this chapter is a very dark one. Not one I was expecting, but a very hype one because after almost 4 months, we're finally going to be getting Asa and Yoru back into the story. In any case, it picks up with Denji waking up in a hospital screaming out Nayota's name, with none other than Yoshida waiting for Denji to wake up, and this is pretty crazy because the last time we saw Yoshida, it was when he was ordered by the higher-ups in public safety to assassinate Asa, who they discovered had made a contract with the War Devil. Of course, Yoshida lost the fight because Yoru at that point had regained almost 80 or maybe even 70% of her power. And I guess instead of being reprimanded for his failures or being demoted in rank or worse, nothing actually happens to Yoshida, so yeah, I guess he's just been chilling there the entire time. And Yoshida explains to Denji that even he is unaware of where Nayoda is, which you guys don't remember. The last time we saw her was when she was about to get brutalized by a mob of civilians, where it shifted back into a flashback, which pretty much is always considered a death flag within anime and manga for a character to have an anime flashback right before something bad is about to happen to them. But considering Yoshida hasn't mentioned her at all, it sort of implies that she's still alive somewhere in Japan. But before Yoshida can answer even more of Denji's questions, Denji tries to run at Yoshida, but he falls down to the floor, where we get to reveal that Denji has been in a coma in a hospital for a week. And at first, Yoshida kind of shows some care, but pretty much he drops to act like a light switch and begins to grill and practically calls Denji an idiot. Because you remember, towards the beginning of part 2's story, Denji was forced into an agreement with Yoshida and public safety, where if he didn't turn into Chainsaw Man, he could go on and live a normal life, and in exchange, he wouldn't get the double treatment and public safety wouldn't kill Nayoda. But by Denji breaking the agreement with them, and Denji showing that not even Yoshida could control him, despite his best efforts, the higher-ups have made up their minds and decided that they're done with Denji for now, and they're going to give him the full-on devil treatment, which, I never really understood why, because Denji saved the world 3 times over. I mean, the first time was from the Darkness Devil, the second time was from the Gun Devil, and the third time being Makima, who, if he didn't even attempt to bring her down, she would have conquered the world if Denji didn't stop her. But I guess allowing Denji to just exist as a regular human was just their courtesy that they tried extending to him, and yeah, I guess they just gone on ahead and put back the welcome mat. And as Yoshida is walking out, we get Fumiko and the rest of the special division, where it's revealed that Yoshida had drugged Denji, and very likely they've just been keeping Denji asleep, weakening him so they just control him a lot easier, and it makes it so that he won't be able to escape. And the reaction of the other devil hunters there really does show, although they were actually assigned to watch over Denji and Nayoda, even risked their lives for him, it's like none of them ever really cared about him and just considered him another job. Especially Fumiko, who isn't opposed to Denji being dismembered, which is Denji's punishment, and apparently his body will now become property of Japan, which is just really messed up. And Fumiko's reaction to this really does cement her, to me, as being one of the most hated characters in part 2, because instead of showing some level of concern, she just says she'll be taking a lock of Denji's hair before he goes away for good, which is just incredibly messed up and just insane, but I guess it's not really too shocking, I guess. Then it cuts over to Denji talking to Vegeta, who's just watching over everything, and instead of offering any advice about how to get out of the situation that he's in, like he probably would have done previously in part 1, he questions how Denji can do anything without his legs, and it cuts to a medical room where we see doctors are constantly cutting Denji's legs off and are bagging them away. Where we learn from these double hunters, who's the muscle in the room, and has been ordered to kill Denji should he wake up, that Denji is being held in the Tokyo Devil Detention Center, which pretty much serves as not only a maximum prison where they hold the strongest devils on Earth, but also where a lot of experiments on devils and humans are conducted, and possibly even where the fiends are created. But we learn that the facility has so much security, it would literally take a war to compromise the facility, where it cuts over to a shot of Yoru looking at the facility, who presumably has come there to free the devils there, and cause even more chaos to regain even more of her strength, by causing fears of war throughout the world. And that is how the chapter ends. But my question to you guys over this chapter is, who do you think is in control right now? Is it Yoru or is it Asa? And what will happen when Asa and Yoru went into Chainsaw Man? Because let's be real here, it's not like they're going into this facility to possibly free Denji out of the kindness of their hearts, if that is their objective. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.